What's going on, guys? Parker here, and I am back with another video. And today I got my top 4 NBA Prize Picks player props for the day. And before we get into this video, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel down below if you are new, and give this video a big thumbs up, guys, as we are on the road to 4,000 subscribers. And each one of you subscribing, each one of you guys liking my video, each one of you sharing my content out to more and more people really helps me out a ton. Really helps support this channel out a lot, and it just keeps me motivated, guys, to keep pushing content out for you and keep making videos every single day for you and making videos to the best of my ability. And then also, guys, if you haven't yet, make sure to use code FIELDSFOCUS over on Sleeper. Sleeper is running an Anthony Davis free square today. Sorry, guys. So make sure to hop on over on Sleeper and use code FF23. That's code FF23 for this free Anthony Davis square today. And you'll also get an 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. The link will be the top link down below in the description to do that. And then also, if you haven't yet followed me on all my socials, then go ahead and do that by clicking the link to my link tree, which will be the second link in the description. So click my link tree. And then once you click on my link tree, make sure to follow me on Twitter and TikTok as well, because I post daily content on there. Sorry, I was choking up a little bit. Not choking up, but having to swallow that sub I had a little bit earlier today. But, yeah. Yesterday, though, 2-2 day overall with our sports betting. We had who sold for us? Who sold for us? Let me think real quick. I'm blanking on who sold. Karl-Anthony Towns, 21.5 points sold. And then Kyle Kuzma, 21.5 points sold. Scotty Barnes covered 12.5 rebounds, assists. And then, what was my other one? Kobe White, points, assists, cash as well. So, 2-2 day. We're going to move, though. We're going to move on to a better day. We're due for a good day, and we're still very profitable on the month. And I think this is another day where we're going to get back on track. We're going to have another really profitable day. And, yeah, I'm excited to get in these plays, so let's get right into it. First off, I got Jimmy Butler, over 28.5 points plus rebounds versus the Hawks. He's over this line in 2 of his last 3 games versus the Hawks. Hawks allow the 3rd most points per game in the NBA to small forwards this season. Hawks allow the 5th most rebounds per game in the NBA to small forwards this season. And Hawks allow the 8th highest field goal percentage to small forwards in the NBA this season. Overall, elite matchup all around. Jimmy Butler has been consistently owning the Hawks as of late. He's been owning the Hawks his whole career, honestly. This Hawks team allows a lot of points per game to his position. They struggle greatly versus the shooting guard position, or versus the small forward position. I was getting a Discord call there. But they struggle greatly versus the small forward position. It's overall an ideal matchup for Jimmy Butler. And I think he's going to perform well in this matchup. I really do. I think he plays well. I think he has a big night. And, yeah, I'm really confident in Butler tonight versus the Hawks. So Jimmy Butler, over 28.5 points plus rebounds versus the Hawks is my first play of the day. Next up, I got Trey Young, over 10 assists versus the Heat. So he's pushed or gone over this line in 26 of his 38 games on the season. So he's been covering this line a lot. The Heat allow the 12th most assists per game in the NBA to point guards. 13 assists in his first matchup versus the Heat this season. 11 plus assists in 2 straight versus the Heat. Also to mention in terms of Trey Young versus the Heat, he struggles greatly to score against the Heat. Yes, he had 30 in his last matchup, but he's been struggling greatly to score versus the Heat in his entire career. Never really performed well What the hell is that grammar? He has never really performed well consistently versus the Heat. So I think this is another game where he's not going to score the ball great, and he's going to be looking to facilitate versus this Heat defense. This Heat defense, we know, likes to double Trey Young high on the high pick and roll, so likely will force him to get the ball out early. All we need from there is Atlanta Hawks players to make their shots. So Trey Young averages a ton of potential assists, 2nd most in the league to Halliburton, 2nd most assists per game in the league to Halliburton. Great matchup for him to go above and beyond with this line today and get a bunch of assists. So Trey Young, over 10 assists versus the Heat, is my second play of the day. Next up, I got Jeremy Grant, over 22.5 points plus rebounds versus the Pacers. The Pacers allow the most points per game in the entire NBA to forwards, power forwards, and small forwards. So not just the small forward position, not just the power forward position. They're horrible against both. So it doesn't matter what position he's playing tonight. They're horrible versus both. Pacers allow the 3rd most rebounds per game to forwards in the NBA this season as well. So they're allowing a ton of rebounds per game as well. Grant is somebody who has had 2 rebounds per game in this month. However, on the season, he's still at 4 a game. Last game, he had 10. He's been grabbing more than 2 throughout the season. It's just been a rough stretch. So in this matchup, also he had 7 rebounds in that first matchup versus the Pacers, 34 points and 7 rebounds in his first matchup versus the Pacers this season. Also with Grant, he's been a really good player at home. Let me check here. I just wanted to see because I don't know what the exact number is, but I know he's better at home. So I want to check these splits. So Jeremy Grant at home this year, averaging 23.4 points per game and 4.3 rebounds per game. So that's a 5 points rebound differential to where the line's at. So he's averaging over 27.5 points plus rebounds per game at home, and the line's at 22.5. So great value here. Definitely think Grant gets this going tonight, covers this line. It might be my favorite prop of the year. I'm not even going to lie. This looks so free on paper. I'm really confident. So Jeremy Grant, over 22.5 points plus rebounds versus the Pacers is my third play of the day. Next up, I got Brandon Ingram, over 24 points plus rebounds versus the Suns. He's pushed her over this line in 14 of 20 home games this season. Don't know why I accidentally put a space there. He's pushed her over this line in 8 of his last 10 versus the Suns as well. He's averaging 22.2 points per game and 5 rebounds per game at home this season. So Brandon Ingram, another guy, has been a lot better at home this season. He's been struggling drastically as of late. However, last game he got back on track with 28 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. He had a triple-double and almost a 30-point triple-double. So he got back on track with his performance, playing like he's been playing all season long once again after a horrible stretch. And when I tell you horrible, like this guy's been averaging 13 points a game for the last 3 weeks. Absolutely awful for a guy who was looking like he was going to be an all-star this year, but his stats have started to tank. Might still get in the all-star game even after this stretch, but it's definitely hurting his chances. However, I think this is a game where he gets back on track. He has another big performance and just gets back to what he was playing like all season long before this stretch started. So Brandon Ingram, over 24 points plus rebounds versus the Suns, is my fourth play of the day. Also, though, before I get out of here, this line is just way too low, honestly. So that's the main reason there as well. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider giving this video a thumbs up down below, subscribing to the channel down below, leaving a comment down below, turning on post notifications down below, and sharing this video to your grandma, your mom, your sister, your brother, your dad, whoever. Share it to absolutely everybody. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers soon, guys. I told you my goal is in the next 2 months to hit 4,000 subscribers. We're at 3140 right now, so I think we can definitely do it. That's 860 subs away. Let's hit it soon, guys. Let's get there. And like I said, every time you support me, every time you leave a comment, anything, it really just helps me out a ton with motivation, keeps me motivated to want to keep going for you guys and push the best content out as possible. But like I said, make sure to follow me on all my socials down below with the link down below in the description to my link tree. And then all my socials are in my link tree. And then also make sure to use code FF23 over on Sleeper Fantasy and get this free Anthony Davis square as well as a 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. But without further ado, guys, I'll see you on the next one. See you guys.